Hello again, PCQI, and thank you for joining us in our All About Compliance channel. In this segment, we're going to be reviewing a program. So basically, this is going to be the topic. It is for our batch production record requirements per 21 CFR 111.255. So let's do this.
Here we go again.
And welcome back, PCQIs. In this segment, we're going to be reviewing batch production record requirements per 21 CFR 111.255. Okay? Okay, PCQIs. The purpose for this record review is to comply with 21 CFR 111.255. The company must prepare a batch production record every time a batch of dietary supplement is manufactured. Also, to comply with the 21 CFR 111.255B, the company's batch production record must include complete information relating to the production and control of each batch. And to comply with 21 CFR 111.255 Section C, the batch production record must accurately follow the appropriate master manufacturing record, and the company must perform each step in the production of the batch. Okay? And lastly, to comply with 21 CFR 111.255 Section D, the company must make and keep batch production records. PCQI, so the scope is going to be contents and uses of a batch production record, integrity of a manufactured batch, and record keeping of batch production records. Now, in this program, they've included a policy, so the company ensures that a production record for every manufactured batch is completely and properly filled out. The company ensures that a proper record keeping system is in place to establish and maintain the integrity of batch production records and keep them up to date. The site management ensures that the proper resources, competency, and training are provided to all relevant personnel for them to be able to keep and maintain batch production records. So the procedures on this one, they have put some content and uses of a batch production record. So basically, the batch production record is a document that indicates the details of a production process conducted on a batch of a dietary supplement. So they put this under procedures. You can see it's still kind of an introduction. So in this particular program, proper rewriting it or putting it in a different section would probably need to happen for this particular program, because that's not an actual procedure. The other one says all details and information relating to the production and control of each batch, such as date, time of processing, lot or batch and quantity process, equipment use, and responsible personnel who perform the operation or process are indicated on the record. So again, that's not a procedure, right? It's more of a policy up to this point. And then they refer back to a batch record program. So that gives a little bit of a confusion. So when you're writing these type of things, be very, very specific, okay? Because during an audit, those are general statement. An auditor is going to dig further because they're actually looking for the actual procedure under the procedure section. Next step on the procedure, they put integrity of a manufactured batch. Basically, it's another explanation. A properly documented batch of manufactured dietary supplement is backed and supported by its respective batch production record. The batch production record of a manufactured dietary supplement is expected to accurately follow and align with the information indicated on the master manufacturing record. So it's referring to the master manufacturing record, but it strictly says that in the procedure. So again, it's another generalization of that procedure. They need to be very, very specific. So PCQI, during audit, auditors are very, very meticulous on what you're declaring. So if you declared it as a procedure, as an SOP, it's got to have, how are you doing that? It's not about generalizing what should, what could, and what shall happen, right? It has to be action items, action steps. So let's be mindful of that. So record keeping of batch record is the next one. Okay, the company ensures that a record keeping system is in place for the proper maintenance, update of a batch manufacturing record. Okay, again, it's another statement. Batch manufacturing records are kept as original true copies or electronic records that are easily accessible and up to date. Again, then it tells you to go to a refer to records program. So those should be, again, be more specific. Now, they've added responsibilities here for senior site management, which is providing commitment and resources to implement the program. But what are they, right? What are the actual responsibilities, okay? Ensures that relevant personnel are present at all times in the processing line to monitor, process, and controls that must be documented in the batch production record. So again, it ensures, right? So these are general statement. So let's look at the quality control unit. Handling and conducting reviews on the relevant documents related to batch manufacturing record, responsible for ensuring that all relevant information relating to every manufactured batch of dietary supplements properly and completely reflected in the documentation. So the next step on this part, it says compliance specialist or a PCQI. So reviews and ensures alignment of batch production record within the master manufacturing record as part of compliance with 21 CFR 111-255 requirements. So what are those, right? We got to be more specific when we're putting together procedures. These are, steps, right? So you're telling the auditor at this point to go to 21 CFR 111-255 requirements. So if I go and do that, and I start deep diving on that Code of Federal Regulation, and I turn around and start asking you for them, for those information, 100%, it's not going to jive, and you're going to have a non-conformance because this is our just general statements on this particular requirements program review. Now they put a corrective action, so corrective actions are nice to see. In the event something doesn't work or something doesn't happen, these are the next step, to correct those and to prevent from such occurrence in happening again, right? So let's take a look at what they put. If the program fails to comply or deviates from the requirement as stated on the 21 CFR 111.255, a food safety management system review is conducted to update the responsibility of the food safety team. So now it's referring that part of it to conduct the updates of the responsibility of the team at this point. And the corrective action is a general statement, but it's not an actual corrective action, right? It's kind of a plan at this point. Okay, let's go to, maybe it's probably behind it. Let's take a look. If any gaps on the batch production record is found wherein the missing information is not traceable, then the batch is subject to holding until the QC personnel reviews the non-conformance and releases an acceptance disposition backed by relevant test or analysis proving that the implicated batch is safe for distribution and consumption. I like that, but I think we need to get another section underneath this. And what are those, right? What type of testing are we going to be putting together? Or maybe refer them to those actual SOPs. So then during an audit, if that is asked, you can then trace those particular steps in that particular procedure, okay? And then refer to non-conforming materials and product program. So it might cover it there. So I might have overstepped there, PCQI. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. But it would be nice, for us to kind of see what those are at this point. I guess they're interconnecting the other program within this program. If the batch production record fails to follow and align the information reflected on the master manufacturing record, then all relevant personnel are subject to retraining to update their skills and knowledge on making and keeping a batch production record. So basically, that's gonna have to be written somewhere, right? So if you're the one that's looking at that process and that person, made a mistake, or in this event, it's not conforming to this section, so then as a PCQI, or if I'm your auditor, then I would then ask you, was that person retrained for that particular step, and you need to show records for that, okay? So there is a review section here by the quality department. It says QC personnel are made aware of their responsibility and trained and competent to carry out these responsibilities. So we're gonna have to review those. So basically on this one, we should say review QC responsibilities and make sure they're aligned to their training record, right? And then quality department is going to review the senior management, ensures that all designated food safety practices and activities are correctly documented, meet the requirement of the 21 CFR 111-255, and are correctly and fully implemented in all shifts. This would include a review of the timeliness of implementation of corrective actions, action on complaints, and addressing identified gaps in the site program. Senior management has processes in place to measure the effective implementation of the batch production record and to initiate resource review improvement programs. And the nice thing about this is they put reference documents. So things that are referenced to this program are batch record program, batch record, MMR or master manufacturing records, records program, and non-conforming materials and product program, as well as the training program. And lastly, they put the references on 21 CFR 111 and the history of the document. So let's end it there. PCQI, once again, thank you for your viewership, and I'll see you on the next program review. Till then, have a great day. Bye for now. contact us. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks again, PCQIs. Have a good one.